Hello, welcome to the program. Ahead, Seven drops today tonight, while the government reportedly considers dropping Australia Network. Bauer launches a new magazine, and we'll be joined by Sound Alliance CEO Neil Ackland to find out more about his international expansion plans. But first, after 3 years of decline, the Starcom MediaVest Futures Survey is predicting a return of confidence to the ad market this year. Its Media Futures report shows advertisers are forecasting an overall increase of 2.6% in spending in 2014, while media executives see growth of 2.8%. Let's find out more now. Our co-host, James Manning, editor and publisher of Mediaweek, is here with us. James, thanks so much, as always, for being here. So spending expected to lift. This is good news. What's driving it?
Yes, Ingrid Lee, this is a really interesting report. Starcom MediaVest are the people who put it out. Chris Nolan, their chief executive, comes on the show quite regularly, so people will know him. They poll about 600 advertisers and sort of the chief media sales directors from every major media company. And so, yeah, and they found out this year advertisers think about a 2.6% increase, which is sort of good news.
Well, and as always, online search, mobile and online video ads seem to be forecasting the highest increase in spend.
Yeah, look, absolutely, yeah. Mobile video. The bad news is that print is going to have another rough year, it looks like. Magazines in particular, they're predicting it could be down as much as close to 9%. Newspapers a little bit under 3%, which is sort of a bit strange, because we've had magazine people on the show regularly. Yeah. And they talk about, look, they're often, they think people just aren't understanding their offer, you know, and probably the long-term prediction is maybe magazines could possibly survive better than newspapers as a print product. So magazines have still got a lot of work to do there. A free-to-air TV looks like it's going to have another good year, probably up around about 4%, they think, and that's, you know, off not a bad 2013 for them either.
Now, for the first time this year, Media Futures included questions about advertisers' owned and earned media assets. What did that show? Yeah,
look, that's people, how they spend on sort of their internal communications. Basically, it's all about your own branded website. A lot of them are spending there. Other thing that came up, social media. That's the second most important thing, and that's spread across different things like. But Facebook's the big one, of course. Then Twitter.
Now, let's move on, because a lot of interest, obviously, in Schapelle Corby's big first television interview. Some big numbers being thrown around for an exclusive.
Yeah, look, as we're talking, she hasn't got out yet. So, but a lot of people, we've been hearing for a long time, she's about to get out, but it looks like it really might happen this time. Yeah, look, figures of $3 million being bandied around. There's not a huge appetite amongst the TV networks to pay that much, but it just gets down, will it be that competitive? 7 and 9 could both, you know, perhaps afford that sort of money if they thought the return would be there. But look, you know, the Corby family hasn't got a great relationship with Seven. You know, Mercedes took them to court, found out that she won the case.
That'll play in, it won't just be about the money.
No, well, yeah, I think it will be. It'll probably be about the money. People can forget, you know, forget
court case
past
for $3 million.
transgressions, if you like. But and the Corby family aren't a big fan of 9, because I don't think they're really supporters of this Schapelle mini-series, which is due to go out next Monday night. And then some speculation, look, if 10 or 7 got the rights to a Schapelle interview, they could throw it up against Channel 9 on Monday night, you know, as a spoiler against that. So that'd be pretty interesting to see how 9 would respond to that.
Yeah, how it would play out. Speaking of 7 before, they obviously dropped today tonight. We heard that's getting axed in East Coast capitals, but they're keeping the show in Adelaide and Perth. Why is this?
Basically because it's such an important brand over there, you know, and they're just so dominant in those markets. In the East Coast capitals, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, they're sort of, or Brisbane it's sort of line ball, both channels are very competitive, but they really need to catch up to 9 in Sydney and Melbourne. The news is just such a big winner for them. They think, look, we're just giving people more of what they want. Tim Warner, the chief executive of 7 West Media, we spoke to him this week, and he says, look, news is just going to become more important. He says we'll be giving people more news every year. He wouldn't specify too much how that would sort of take place, but there'll be more on the primary channel, there'll be more on the multi-channels, and they also can't afford to let 9 get away. 9 made the move to go to an hour news, and so 7 have really got to match them there, if you like. You know, just to keep pace. How
are the ratings looking for that new 1 hour news?
Look, it hasn't changed a lot. I mean, it was the first week we've seen figures, but the pattern's still there that 9 is doing very well, Sydney and Melbourne. Again, as I said, Brisbane's still line ball and 7 still dominating in that Adelaide and Perth markets.
Now, let's go to the ABC now, because the Australian reporting the federal government is considering replacing that Australian network broadcasting service with ABC News 24.
Yeah, well, I think they're just saying, look, that might be an idea, you know, if we decide to stop funding that Asia service, a good replacement could be News 24. It's already there. You could easily sort of start streaming it into those Asian markets. It's been getting a lot of bad press that about, you know, how it's seen in Asia, that Asia service. But there will be a lot of people who will miss it in Asia because there's a lot of expat Aussies who like getting their AFL and stuff like that. So they're going to have to be careful how they manage that. 10's coverage of the Winter Olympics, good time to bring this in, starts this weekend, and they have all the rights. Yes, they do, yeah. They've got free-to-air TV, so 10 will be screening it, 1 will be screening it, 1 will be devoted to pretty much an Olympic channel. They will do a 12-hour block, then roll it over again, so it'll be just 24 hours non-stop. They've got the digital rights and they've got the streaming rights for online, so they've got the 2 main channels, they've got 6 bonus channels, much the same way Foxtel did the London Games. And the media's all arriving in Sochi. In fact, our own Sky News reporter James Bracey's there, finding their hotels ready. Yeah, most of the hotel rooms are in some sort of state of able to be occupied. A few lobbies aren't looking too good and stuff like that. Yeah, but James is live from there on the Sky News channel, so watch out for him. He's doing his Sports Night show live from over there, and Sports Line at 9:30 every day. Great. OK, well, let's move on now and get a check on the media sector's performance on the share market this week. We're joined by Evan Lucas from IG. Evan, good to have your company. Seven West hitting a 6-month low. What's behind that, and how are its rivals 9 and 10 faring?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, Ingrid. Yeah, we've now seen Seven move to a 6-month low, and it's been pushing lower pretty much into the start of the year, and it's a couple of combinations. Estimates are actually leading up into their results that it's not going to be the best year or the last half that we've seen out of Seven. Also, the fact that we've seen really good results coming out of 9 and 10, better than expected, particularly the 9 because of what happened with the cricket. All of that is seeing a bit of a switch trade. So watch Seven West Media. They are having a bit of a fall at the moment. They are down roughly around about 15% year to date, and have really moved to quite a low base considering what we saw of them last year.
Evan, also a lot of volatility after hours in Twitter following its first earnings report following that IPO. What do you think there?
Yeah, it was very interesting on that. When you actually saw the initial reactions to the actual results, so we saw EPS coming in at 2 cents. Estimate was actually to see that EPS line going down by 2 cents. Revenue came in at $243 million US versus estimates of 208. So all that was nice news. Really saw a move up in the aftermarket of around about 8%. And then there was a drill down into actually what was coming out, and actually showed that the last quarter was only 3.8% of new active users. That is the lowest they've ever seen on quarter since they actually started disclosing their numbers, and that really scared investors, considering they're currently trading at 30 times the estimate sales they're going to get in 2014. So all of that really scared, and you therefore saw Twitter lose somewhere between 11 and as much as 12% to close down at $56.80 from $65.10 at the close. So very interesting trading in Twitter. Watch that over the weekend. It will be a very interesting story.
Yeah, indeed. We'll watch that space. Evan Lucas, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Ingrid.
Evan Lucas, IG there. We do have to take a quick break. Coming up on Media Week, the CEO and founder of online publisher and advertising company Sound Alliance joins us to talk international expansion and the ad outlook for 2014. That's next.